So the rich enjoy the benefits of managed portfolios for their wealth, right? They've got people looking after their money so they don't have to keep an eye on it every day. And most people don't have access to that. Well, today's video sponsor Titan changes that. Now, I'm invested in Titan. I've got money in their flagship portfolio and their crypto portfolios. I have to disclose that because it's SEC regulated. Now, you can benefit from Titan because it doesn't have a large minimum to get in. You can start with $100, and I would suggest putting as much as you can every month that doesn't really impact your life as young as you can. Because as you look back, money multiplies over time. And then if you want to be that guy that's up here as you get older versus the guy that's down here wondering how that guy got up there, I'm telling you the secret right now. It's not a secret. You have to start investing young. And that's where today's video sponsor Titan is here to help. Titan is the first investment platform for everyday investors that want their money actively managed by a team of experts. They offer 3 equity portfolios and America's first actively managed crypto portfolio. Since launching each portfolio, Titan has outperformed the benchmark in 3 of the 4 portfolios on an after-fee basis. They aim to grow your investments by 15% annually, which would imply doubling your wealth every 5 years net of fees. You'll even see exactly how your money is managed through video, audio, and written updates on their mobile app. Join the smarter way to invest with Titan. All it takes is $100 to get started. So to try them out, visit titan.com/SSR. Clicking that link is going to get you your first 3 months of professional investment management fee-free. That's titan.com/SSR. I put a link right below in the description. So I don't think you could be in the car world or even a car person and not know about the boat that's burning down in the middle of the Atlantic. It's all over the news. There's a cargo ship filled with 4,000 Volkswagen products, right? Primarily. There's Lamborghini, Bentley, there's Porsche, there's Volkswagen. So like there is a whole litany of expensive cars on this ship. And the problem is you have the lithium-ion battery cars, which are, you've seen a lithium-ion battery fire. It's very difficult to put out. And you put it in the middle of the ocean, it's even worse to put out. Then you figure dumping water into a boat, then the boat will get too heavy and sink if you screw it up. Like there's all sorts of bad things with a big cargo ship that catches fire. Now the cargo ship caught fire and the 22 crew members aboard were airlifted off, or they jumped into the ocean in their lifeboats and then they were shuttled out of there. So you just have this floating, burning mass of cars. And as car guys, it's like, oh, that sucks. Now, I think of it in a different way, right? I think of it as a huge insurance claim, right? Giant insurance claim. And finding out who is actually going to be burned by this, literally, right? And part of that is the owners. Part of that's the insurance company. And when you think of this ship as a whole, this photo of like the burning ship is really a visualization of the current car market right now. And yeah, you'll think about that for a second. Like, what are you talking about? The car market's on fire. Yes, it is, but it's about to implode like this ship. So this ship is objectifying, personifying. I don't know if that's the right word. Whatever. The car market. It is a visualization of what the car market is about to do. And that goes to the people that are about to get screwed, right? You have all these cars burning down, but now you go into these chats, these like wholesale car clubs on Facebook, and you start looking at what's for sale, right? All of these wholesale cars that are for sale, or quote unquote wholesale, because it's freaking as retail as you can get, are cars with delivery miles on them, which means all the people, when they started to see the market going up and they could make a buck, started buying cars with no intention of owning them. So first thing you do, like same thing with the PPE. Remember, there was a big thing and everybody with money ran to buy PPE to resell to other people, because when you see there's going to be a potential supply shortage, you buy the supply and you mark it up. Everybody's favorite person, right? But it's opportunity breeds opportunistic people. And it also breeds oversupply. And that's going to now even out. Because what you see is all these people with no intention of owning something, buying it to flip it. But now, the greedier you are, the more likely you are to then start taking less money. Because you're going to take, if you got 5 people that don't want to own something, selling it, guess what? Now the buyer's in control. Not that they're in control where they can get it super low, but they're going to find the guy who's going to sell them the same asset for less. So you see where I'm going with this, right? So now you've got the car market correcting and starting to come back down. And are these cars worth what they're asking for? No. Like a car is an MSRP, which even then was like you buy it, it's worth 10% less when you drive it off the lot. Now it's worth 40% more than when you drive it off the lot. That's just not how the world works. There's a channel called Automotive Lifestyle, right? Lucky Lopez. And he dives into this and he's showing these key indicators that are showing that the car market is about to drop, right? And there's two things. There's an LTV, which is a loan to value ratio, right? That's how much money are people borrowing on their cars. Now, it used to be like, whatever it is, you put some money down, so it's like 96%, 97%. You're still borrowing, you buy a $100,000 car, you take a loan out, you put $10,000 down, you're still borrowing at 96%. Now the LTV is significantly higher. I don't know what it is, you have to look at this video, but it was like 115%, 120%. So the average, and that's the average. So you have $100,000 cars with $120,000 loans. What's going to happen there? And another indicator is the repo rate, right? The repossession rate. That's like people aren't paying their loans and then the bank goes and says, I will have to take that car back. Healthy, because people do that. People have different circumstances. Healthy is 5%, 6%. Now it's at like 13%. Now, my numbers are ballpark, but they're pretty damn accurate. And the big indicator was when the financial markets crashed, the repo rate was at like 14%. So we're like right there, right? Loan to value super high, like cars getting repoed at an alarming rate, and everybody selling cars that have delivery miles on them, which means they have no intention of owning them, right? So now think about that. Now all of these things, if you can put it in a picture, one picture, what am I thinking? I'm thinking of a burning boat full of cars. Now back to that. Who is going to get screwed on that boat, right? All the guys, now here's what happens, right? There's an insurance claim, right? The insurance company's like, oh my God, boat's on fire. It's $1 billion insurance claim. Think about it. If you just add up like the average values of the cars, and you could be like, yeah, whatever. Forget about market adjustment. The average value of these cars is probably $800 million, right? Just think about it. Like you have 2,000 or 3,000 Porsches at just say 100,000 a piece on average. Some of them are 200,000, some of them are 60,000, but you start doing the math, the Lamborghinis, the Bentleys, and you start adding it up and you're like, that's a lot of money. And then you have the ship which has got to be scrapped. So you have a $500 million ship on top of all the cars, and you have the cleanup is going to be $100 million because you can't dump all that stuff in the ocean and be like, oh, see you later. Like, so this is $1 billion+ insurance claim, which is huge. Like if you think about it, like that's a lot of money. $1 billion+ from one container ship. Granted, they probably pay $25 million a year to have $1 billion in coverage for when something like this potentially happens. And all of these people are the ones that are really going to get burnt because it's all these opportunistic people being like, my car's on the boat, probably even got a buyer lined up already, or I'm about to get this thing and I'm going to flip it as soon as I can. What's going to happen? Like you had your Huracan STO, you had your Aventador, you had your Porsches, you're like, oh, these GT3s are going right out. Matt Farah had his 718, but that's, or a Boxster. Matt Farah had his Boxster Spider, which obviously burned down. Matt doesn't need the car at this moment. I'm assuming, I haven't talked to him about it, but he doesn't need the car at this moment. He can drive something else. They'll just make him another one, right? With the Lambos and everything like that, all these guys are sitting there about to buy something for $300,000 or $500,000 that's worth respectively 50 or 30% more than it's being sold to them for. And statistically, they have no intention of keeping it. They're going to flip it and make money. Even if they get thrown to the back of the list, by the time that other car comes out, maybe it's not worth the same. Maybe as the market's coming down, they're going to get the car and they're not going to want it anymore. More inventory on the market to level it out so everybody can get it. Or they were going to make $150,000. Guess what? Now they're going to make $30,000. Maybe they're going to make $15,000. It might not even be worth purchasing the car at that point in time. We don't know. But I do enjoy this. It's like nobody wants to see 4,000 cars burned to the ground. It sucks, because especially when there's people fighting over the cars that are out there. But when you start to see the people that are getting hurt by it, the insurance company, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like nobody feels bad for an insurance company every insurance that I've ever paid, the millions of dollars that I've paid in insurance in my life, in the companies, in the health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, homeowners insurance, insurance for insurance, that insurance, general liability insurance, workers' comp insurance, all of this, I have paid 150 times what I've ever gotten in claims. So, like, I don't feel bad, nor will anyone else. And that's how insurance stays in business. That happens to everybody. Like, 95% of the people don't make more from getting an insurance payout than they would have paid into it over time. And even if you get paid out, then they mark it up so they get their money back. So their insurance, nobody feels bad for insurance companies. Insurance companies shouldn't even feel bad for insurance companies because they're just rolling around in money. So don't worry about that. The only people that are going to really get burnt are the people that were looking to make a buck, and they're not going to make a buck because the ship burned down. And nobody feels bad for those people because nobody likes those people, because those people are just controlling the supply when they shouldn't be. So, and I was even at the dealership ordering a bunch of Mercedes the other day, and he's like, yeah, you wouldn't believe the story. Everybody's like, oh, this is for my wife. I've owned 20 Mercedes. Next thing you know, they flipped the car in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Like, everybody's coming up with a story why they should be able to buy a car at list and get an allocation, and then they turn around and flip it. So whatever the story is, they all burn their bridge with the dealership. I don't get it. I mean, I understand people want to make money, but this whole, like, middlemen, I just want to see a world where people can just, a guy who wants car can buy car and enjoy car and then sell car when he's done with it. And that doesn't mean buying it and selling it inside a month to make money. That's not what cars are about, right? Are you going to shoot me? Got Jeff over there with a Nerf gun. Rob Ferretti, thank you for watching. I will see you next time. And I just, yeah, like, nobody feel bad about this. So thanks for making it through the whole video. Adventure Drives is going back to Iceland March 1st through March 6th. So if you would like to join us, it's a great trip. It's a short trip. It's one of the cheapest ones we offer, and it's packed with activities. We're snowmobiling on glaciers, going to the Blue Lagoon, having some great restaurants, doing some really remote hotels, which gave you a great view of the Northern Lights. It's going to be a great time. So if you want to join us in Iceland, visit adventuredrives.com. There's a link right below in the description.